Train derailments have been a concern for communities and state senators since numerous derailment incidents have been reported here in Texas and across our country. 6 News reporter Adriana Alexander is live now in the 6 Newsroom with the latest on how city officials are staying prepared. Adriana?
Chris, local law enforcement is always on high alert and maintains safety training for derailment preparation. With toxic derailments happening in the U.S., officials want the community to know what exactly to do if it ever happens near them.
High consequence, high visibility derailments and crashes like the one in East Palestine are thankfully rare. But when they happen in a big way.
It seems like trains have missed the tracks more often than not across the U.S., with the most detrimental train derailment happening in Ohio that released toxic chemicals and contaminated a small community. Texas A&M flight analyst Alan Rutter says investigating what caused the derailment is the first step in preventing it from happening again.
Once different cars with different materials were involved in a derailment and fire, what then happened to all of that equipment? Why was it that some of the pressure release valves on some of those vinyl chloride cars weren't functioning properly?
Mechanical track failures or broken rails are the key causes of train derailments. Federal data track more than 1,000 train derailments every year nationwide since 2011. Just recently, a train derailed in a small city right outside of Austin. Although no one was injured and no toxic chemicals were released, Temple Fire Chief Mitch Randall says the department collaborates with other departments to train for any sort of train derailment issues that may come.
Here in Temple, we have a hazardous materials team here in the fire department. And obviously, we'd be one of the groups that would respond to any train derailment. We're confident that we'd be able to, take care of the citizens of Temple should something like this happen.
If anyone is ever near a railroad when a derailment happens, law enforcement recommends staying as far back as possible and listening to the directions of local law enforcement. Now, like I said, it's very important for people to know what they need to do to ensure they're safe if this ever happens here or anywhere.
Yeah, I think of the movie Unstoppable starring Denzel Washington and Chris Pine.
Great movie.
Great movie. That one had a good outcome. We've learned from your video and your story, of course. We don't always get that outcome, do we, Adriana? Thank you so much for your report live in the 6 Newsroom.